Way louder than me.
I like being louder for once.
Wow, Eric.
My name's on the marquee after yours.
What marquee? Oh.
I don't. There's no time for this pre-show today. Just do your impression of that lady from
Well,
NPR.
now I don't want to.
Just do that to lead into the show. The pretentious food lady.
But I mostly enjoyed being the French person instead of the pretentious food lady. Okay, so on NPR, we were listening to these
Don't
people.
explain. Just do it for like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15, 20. We'll do 20.
I never thought about putting caviar with asparagus before. And I have to tell you, it was amazing. I had never thought of it. Have you ever thought of that before? Wow. That was my impression.
Is that 20?
Welcome to One Topic, where we stick to one topic. My name is Autumn Fisher.
My name is Greg Russ. I am cantankerous.
And I'm sick.
It's my mood. I don't know what's going on with this microphone. I hope it doesn't clip throughout the show. It's a very expensive microphone. It was $45.
Hey, big spender!
And look, your microphone is a very expensive Shure microphone. I don't even know what's on a Tascam.
Ooh, Tascam.
They're similar. Just a lot of times my levels are lower.
That's what people say when they haven't spent a lot of money on their microphone. I mean, it's comparable to this expensive
Look,
one.
I got a gift card for Christmas. And I didn't spend too much. I used the gift card, the $50 gift card at B&H Photo Super Center in New York.
What is that?
It's a giant photo store run by Hasidic Jews.
Oh.
So it's closed for long stretches of time. Whenever there's a holiday, a Jewish holiday.
Oh, the high holidays?
They just shut the whole thing down. They don't care.
I kind of like that. Like when I visited Spain and they would shut, that was me going like this. Don't worry. That was me. Greg freaked out just now. I saw him wince because he saw a clip on the screen, but really it was me going, don't worry, it's just me.
I need to stop staring at the screen.
Yeah, don't look at it.
Okay, I'm going to get into the...
Wait, I said I was in Spain and they would shut down in the afternoons, and I really liked that because they for real would have like siestas.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, if you're not there living that life and able to enjoy that, it's fine. I find it to be annoying because I want to go somewhere at 4:30. Like, no, we're not opening again till 8.
You're relaxing.
I'm not saying I want to eat dinner at that point, but things are, and Sundays, everything is shut down. But I need things when I need things. Cater to me. Your mental health and your culture means nothing to me. I am all that matters. That's why I break the rules. But if you break the rules, then you're a piece of shit.
Right. The rules are only meant to be broken under very specific circumstances that only apply to you.
Yes, that's the way it goes, and that's the way it's always going to be.
Okay. Got it.
So our topic this week, Autumn, it is your week to pick. And surprise me, because we don't talk about anything. We rarely ever talk anyway outside of the show. So just, surprise me with this. I wonder, what could it be?
I would like to talk about gambling.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not prepared for this.
Me either. Wait, am I supposed to be surprised? No, you're surprised.
You're supposed to be prepared.
I mean,
Yeah. You love gambling.
I love gambling.
You could have a gambling addiction, I think.
And you know what? I don't think I could have a gambling addiction because I don't typically have addictions. But if I had a lot of money, just disposable income, I think that I would be one of those people who spends a lot of time at a casino, and maybe okay. Sorry, I said in the beginning of this show that I'm a little sick, so I might be like coughing or something or sniffing off the mic.
Well, that was right into the mic.
Well, as a demonstration, not as.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Do your thing. Do your bodily functions.
Okay, thank you.
Only some will judge.
Okay.
Others will understand.
So it seems like if you're a high roller,
I'll judge.
You have a very small amount of things that you can play and that you can do. If you're a high roller, it's like you have to play poker or maybe like what is that French one that they play in Hard Day's Night?
You did not prepare for this at all, did you?
There's like some French game that you play. It's not backgammon, it's something else.
What, Baccarat?
Yes, Baccarat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even, I feel like high rollers don't even play roulette, and I want to play things that are really simple.
Well, you're getting right. we just need to start with your problem. I'd like to start there, if you don't mind. I've never seen you light up. Then when someone mentions gambling, your eyes, they light up.
Yeah.
Your life, the deadness inside disappears. It's like the fog lifts and the lighthouse is shining its light across the harbor, telling the boats it's safe passage here.
Like an old dog
It's like,
with cataracts. All of a sudden they clear up.
Watch out for this part that juts out, but I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. That was a terrible analogy trying to use.
You're also
boats.
a little sick.
I could have just made my point, but I tried to.
No, keep going.
On.
Keep going with this boat analogy. How else am I like a boat?
You have a nice starboard.
Oh, check out my port side beach.
Yeah, maybe
You want to swap my poop deck?
There you go. Maybe that's the best we can do in saving.
I
it.
think so.
But it's like if someone dumped a bunch of pills on a table for me. Someone
Sure.
said, "Here's a player's card for the local casino,
Oh, yeah.
preloaded with $15.63."
That's all I need. I'll turn that into $116.
If
No
you-
problem.
If there were a family function going on, some other order of business that you're supposed to take care of, I feel as though you would skip out on those things to get to the casino.
Okay, so for comedy's sake, yes, I would totally do that. For realsies' sake, no, I would not.
Maybe not right now, but if you got deep in, which I think you could pretty easily.
No, I don't have the addiction thing. I don't have that. So I wouldn't start doing something that would be irresponsible. But it's all...
Lose enough money and win enough money. It all changes. You'll find that thing.
What does that mean?
I think when you have a big high or a big low,
Oh,
that it triggers something else in your brain. If you're playing the penny slots and you're walking away with $2.70,
uh-huh.
then maybe you can keep it at bay for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not trying to claim that you'd actually fall into it. I just know that you like gambling, and that's the point that I'm trying to make.
So,
and I've just never seen you like something so much.
yeah. It started really being noticeable when I was in a pretty low point living in Laurel, Maryland, where I really didn't like where I lived.
Okay, hold on. Right there.
Uh-huh.
It started at a low point, as most addictions begin.
Yes, sure.
Started at a low point. Things weren't great. I hated where I lived. So I started looking for distractions.
Okay, not the casino, but I have always enjoyed a scratch off. It's always, for me, it was something I always got on road trips, especially in different states. If I was in a different state, then I really enjoyed getting a scratch off in that state. But the problem is that you get it at a gas station and then you get back on the road and you scratch off and you win. And then you're out of Illinois in like 15 minutes. And so then you have to remember on your way back to stop at an Illinois gas station and get the $2 that you've won or whatever. So like I said, and then...
But that's a form of regulation.
It's like I only drink on Sundays.
In the sense of, I only take pills when I steal them from my aunt, and I'm only at her place every 2 months.
I'm not out buying pills. I'm just stealing them from my aunt.
It all begins somewhere.
Okay. Well, that's where...
And I really don't mean to imply that you're going there. I just wonder if you could get there sometimes.
I mean...
All right, so you started with the scratch off.
Yeah.
Do you have some methodology with the scratch off? Meaning when I get a scratch off ticket, the rare occasion that I do, usually on Christmas, my mom still gives me a scratch off ticket.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it's usually a $10 or $20 scratch off ticket.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah, isn't it? A man who's 38 years old still getting scratch off tickets from his mother.
Are they stocking stuffers?
Yes, it's in a stocking.
Of course.
The same stocking I've had as a kid.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It was going to take us on a different road. Society says I should be at a point in my life where I'm spending Christmas and holidays, major holidays with different people because maybe I should have started a family, but I'm still going, whatever. We don't need to go down that path.
That's a different topic.
Anyway, some people just scratch the whole thing off quickly.
Oh, yeah, I don't do that.
I like to take my time and I jump around the board, if you want to call it the board.
Okay, but now wait, there are different strategies for different tickets.
Well,
because if you're talking about...
Because you're not changing anything.
But you kind of are with your mind somehow, with how you scratch it off.
If you're changing what's underneath
I
the
know.
scratch off
Listen,
material.
I know that that's not the case, but it feels like you are. And that's what this is all about. It's like believing in a little bit of magic, even though I know it's not real. It's the same thing as your horoscope or like looking at your zodiac sign. I don't believe in that. I don't believe, the stars and where they were when the day you were born and what it means for what your sign is. All of that is BS. I get that. I get that. But when you read about certain signs and you know people who are those certain signs and they match up really, really well, it's difficult to not believe in it. So, and it's kind of more fun to believe in it because what am I doing in this world? Am I here to have a fun time or am I here to only, participate in the letter of the law? I can do both. I can do the letter of the law and also have a fun time. So I'm going to believe in the astrological signs a little bit for fun. I'm not going to depend on them. I'm not going to like hook my anchor into it and be like, this is what I live my life based on. It's the same with gambling. I'm not going to anchor my ship to it and say like, this is the only way that I can make, this $10 into 20, but let's have fun and see if I can. And I'm going to do that by scratching off my ticket in a very specific way.
But you believe it changes.
I don't really believe it changes. But I do it a certain way because
that's
maybe.
the fantasy. The fantasy is it changes.
Yes.
Like I guess the fantasy.
But see, that's what I'm saying. What are we doing this for? Am I actually doing it because I need to make $10? No, I'm doing it for fun. So I'm going to believe in the fun thing, which is like maybe the way I scratch it off influences if I win or not.
I guess the reason I scratch it off when I jump around the board, like let's just say it's a simple ticket where there's some numbers at the top. Those are like the winning numbers and you have to match. And I jump around. And those $20 tickets, for example, I don't know how many you get, 27 numbers. I just jump around because I know it's random. I was like, I'm going to scratch randomly too.
Interesting.
Because I feel like if you go in order and you get near the end, the very last number surely could be a winner, but it makes me feel as though there are diminishing chances. The closer I get to the end, I'm like, well, I'm just jumping around. Like,
and then based on like what the numbers are, so like if your top number, I'll keep it simple, and it's like 26, and you're scratching off from the beginning, and it's like 25, 24, 22. I'm like, oh, they're fucking with me. They're not going to give me the real number. This is as close as I'm going to get.
Yeah, and I think I do wonder how much. There's so many tickets that it can't be done purposefully.
There's like a jerk.
There's some out. Well, it's maybe supposed to stir some excitement. Sometimes I scratch off the winning amount only. And if I see it's like the big $50,000, like that's not a winner.
Oh,
and I scratch off the number. But if you see free ticket, it's like, oh, I won. I know.
For
Before I scratch off the number, I know.
That's a good point.
If it's $10, like maybe I won.
Yeah.
If it's 50, there's a chance. But anytime I see 10,000,
yeah,
like nah,
didn't win this one.
I'll scratch the number, but I know it's not a winner. And then when you're playing actual lottery, like Powerball or Mega Millions,
I never do that ever.
That's about you pay $2 and you dream for a few days about all you would do with the money. And I always allot money for other people. I'm like, I give this person $1 million and this person $1 million and this person $1 million and this person $1 million. And it's like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
Who's the line? Who's the line? Who's the person who would be next who wouldn't get the $1 million from you?
Yeah, who doesn't make the cut?
And then that would probably ruin that friendship.
So the thing is that you don't give any to anyone.
Yeah, I guess. And that feels shitty though. But your chances of winning that are zero.
Right.
I know it's not zero because people do win it. And that's the big trick. Because what is the chances are, it's more likely you're going to get struck by lightning.
That's what I've always heard. But do you think that's true?
It's probably true.
Yeah.
But because people win, you see that. And yeah, sure. There's a chance. There's a chance that you could walk away with millions. Though I surely wouldn't play if it were only 100 million or 150 million. It's not enough for me. I'm one of those people who only jumps in when the jackpot's 600 million or 1 billion.
But then you're less likely to win.
Because more people are playing?
People play.
No, you actually have the same exact chance of winning.
Really?
Yeah.
But if less people are playing, then wouldn't you have more of an advantage?
No.
Why?
Because quite often it only gets to that point because there are no winners. It doesn't change the odds just because more people are playing.
I really don't know how stuff like that works.
Oh, well, it's the same thing with roulette where people look at the numbers that have come up.
Oh.
They're like 2 just came up. I'm not playing 2 this time.
Right.
So
But it has the same
2 has the
odds.
same exact
Okay.
chance to come up again as it did before. Or red or black. It's been red 6 times in a row. It's got to be black this time. No, it
Yeah.
doesn't. It doesn't.
I
It's
like
the
playing
same-
odds for roulette.
Well, the odds just reset with every spin.
Oh, I just mean odds. Like I like to play
Oh, you like playing odds?
I
or
like to
evens,
bet
but only odds.
on the odds. Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? You have the same chance.
So I don't like playing Mega Ball or whatever that's called.
You're just
Any-
pretending it's sports. How you get sports wrong when you try to talk about some.
No, I don't know what is it? The lottery? I don't play the lottery. but scratch offs are part of the lottery, so I guess I do play that.
Yeah.
But I don't play the thing where it's like you have to guess the numbers or whatever. But I love a scratch off. Oh, I was going to say when I was in Laurel, I realized, okay, so I've always liked a scratch off or two. But then when I was in Laurel, I was kind of in a lower point in my life, and I started to always look for an opportunity to get a scratch off. If I was by myself and I stopped at the gas station, I'm going to go inside and get a scratch off. If I went to the grocery store for like, oh, we need milk, like, I'll go get it. And then I would go buy the machine in the grocery stores and get a scratch off. And sometimes it was getting more and more like where if I had $5, I would think like, how am I going to spend this $5 on scratch offs? And so I'd sit in my car and I would, kind of like place my bets. Sometimes it would be like 3 $1 scratch offs. Sometimes it would be 2 $2 scratch offs. Sometimes it'd be like, and then one time I got the $5 scratch off. And I thought, oh, this time I've put the money in. I'm going to win this one. And I didn't. It was really sad. And then I started watching YouTube videos of people buying like thousands of dollars of $20 scratch offs and how they made some, they did win some money, but they nowhere near came to the amount they spent on the tickets.
No, I could tell you that for a fact because when I worked in promotions at the radio station in New York, I was on the air on the weekends. And then during the week, I was promotions coordinator. I hated that job.
Weird.
Well, I just wanted to, I had just moved to New York. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'll take this job also. I sucked at it. I quit. From the first week, this is just an aside, after the first week of that job, I think my plan was, I'm just going to do this for a year. I'm new to New York. Let me do the promotions for a year. After the first week, it's like, I'll never make it. And I didn't.
Really?
I made it 8 months. And that was really difficult. But I was able to transition out of that and still work at the radio station. Point is, New Jersey Lottery and New York Lottery would give us scratch offs to give away on the air.
Yeah.
And by law, you're obligated, if you're talking about it on the air, the prize has to be given away. But the prize never said what it was. So they would give us like hundreds of dollars of scratch off tickets. And I'd pick some winners and some would be given away on the air because the promos on the air didn't say, we're giving away this certain number. It's just your chance to win some lottery tickets. And
Okay.
so as long as you did that, you're not breaking any laws. And then I would keep some of the lottery tickets
Fun.
and I would scratch them off.
Were they dollars or were they more?
They were mostly dollars. I think maybe there were some $2 tickets. But going through those, yeah.
It's fun.
There was no skin off my back because I didn't, I
You
just
didn't even
had
spend the
them.
money.
No, so whatever I got. But going through a lot of tickets, you see how low the chances really are. And never was it a giant prize. I think the most I ever got was $100.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, I mean, that's a nice prize to get. But they're these jackpots, even for a dollar ticket, I know they'll get huge, but they're
Yeah.
big enough.
5,000
Yeah.
sometimes.
So, it's the same things. Like, yes, there's an opportunity to win 5,000 somewhere out there. 1 ticket, 2 tickets. I don't know what the numbers are.
Yeah.
But you see, I saw how low the odds are. Then again, that ticket does exist. It could be.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. It's fun to dream about winning. It's fun to think like, okay, but maybe one more.
Well, playing the numbers for the drawings. Part of the fantasy is, yes, how will my life change? What will I do? What
Yeah.
will I change? I'll still live pretty modestly. Yes, I'll get a bigger apartment, but it doesn't need to be extravagant or huge. It'll just
Right.
be, and I don't want one of those new construction apartments. I'll just go find a nicer, older apartment, and it's in good shape, and it's got 3 rooms
Ooh,
because
3.
I've had 1 or 1.5 rooms for a very long time. 3, that's extravagant for me.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't need a car, but part of it, let me go back into my ways. And if I had a car, I wouldn't get something fancy. I may even buy a used car.
Ooh. Get one of them Honda Accords.
I don't know. I think out of some weird misplaced principle, I may actually still live modestly. But I think most people may think that and then just blow all the money.
Yeah. No, because I feel the same way.
And
that if I got $1 bajillion somehow, that I had more money than I knew what to do with, I would definitely sort of stay. It would just make it easier to live a way that I want instead of a way that I've always wanted. Do you understand the difference? Where it's like somebody who doesn't really think about what they want will automatically jump to like, it's what I've always wanted, which is like big, expensive, big. It doesn't really mean it's what they want. You know what I mean? Like it's more like I want what I've never thought possible instead of what I actually might want. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like if you're coming from a place where it's like, I've never thought that I could ever have this much money ever, then I'm going to immediately jump to like the big house. I'm going to buy cars. I'm going to throw all this money around. I'm going to do this and that. But instead, if it's been, I'm going to think about what I actually want. It might not be a gigantic house. It might be just like enough of a house. And then you can live in a certain way where you don't want for anything, but you don't have an extravagance of everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get what you're saying.
I think
so if you got the money, you would, what would you upgrade?
Immediately, what would I upgrade?
Don't tell me you would get Botox. Do not.
No.
Please. Don't tell me you would go there.
No, I wouldn't get Botox. I might get some like.
I don't need you with one of those faces from Attack of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah. Well, I brought in a picture of the It clown minus the teeth. I don't want to look like that. Because rich people look like that.
They do.
So I want to look rich.
It's a status symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Your face looks like it's a scary clown face.
I would get when you're talking about something like that, I would get treatments, not injections, but just treatments like peels and such. I would, I don't know, honestly, just like get things that are sitting in my carts online. You know, like I have 4 things in my Target cart right now. I would just throw that. I would put some. I know it's so stupid.
Would it be $37?
No, it's like $200.
You just got $480 million after taxes.
Yeah. Finally, I can buy $200 worth of things at Target. I would pay off a lot of things. I'd pay off my credit card and student loans, and then I don't know, accessories wise, you know, like what is that called? Not necessities, but something else. I don't know. I kind of don't feel like I want for too much.
I think I would be spiteful with it.
Yeah.
I'd say someone was rude on the subway.
You would take out a billboard with their face on it?
Well, they yelled for no reason, or they blasted some music, or whatever it is. I would follow them to work, and then I would go find their manager. I'd said, I'll give you $150,000 right now if you fire this person. Fire them, and you get $150,000. See if they did. I was like, all right, $500,000. I keep pushing it until they fired the person. And then I make sure I would watch them get fired. Legally, I know the corporation can't just get rid of a person. And if this came out look, there's people, surely, I think everyone's got a price. And so someone would do something unethical for a certain price. And then I would make sure when the person was fired, I was like, next time don't blast your music. And maybe you'll still have a job. What a cool thing that would be. Wow, that's what I would do. I would teach the world lessons with my money.
I think you could, instead of getting them fired, because then you're affecting people around them in their lives.
They're not a good influence on those people.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if they're a good influence. It would mean that You're taking food out of the children's mouths.
Fine. I mean, there's a chance that happens.
How about you take their picture or you record it or something, and then you buy commercial airtime and you play that. You play them bothering you.
Okay, I could do that.
And then it would be like a political ad, like where the political ads play the person in black and white and make them sound really horrible. You could do that too.
Or I would do this. Let's say,
or take a billboard. Oh, take an ad out on the subway and make it specifically the car where you saw them, like the train that you saw them, and so that they would see themselves.
Yeah, I could do that. You're right. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Other people shouldn't have to pay.
I'm a good
price.
influence on you.
Well, yeah, I was thinking that, say someone's driving, not that I drive often, but when I do drive, I see if there's traffic and someone decides, I don't need to sit in traffic, I'm going to drive on the shoulder.
Yeah.
I'd hunt that person down. And then I'd say, right now, I'll give you $25,000 if you let me take a video of you saying that you're a piece of shit. And say, I'm the biggest piece of shit. You have to mean it, and maybe some other demeaning things. And then I'd make that a commercial.
Okay.
And I'd air that. I want your full name. I'd make them sign a waiver so we could do this.
For $20,000?
Someone would.
I would do it.
$20. Like, I'm a piece of shit. I drive in the shoulder because I think I don't need to sit in traffic.
They wouldn't feel like that is something shameful. I think they'd be excited that they're on TV.
But then, maybe.
Like, did you see me? I'm the guy. He gave me $20,000.
All right, then that's commentary on our society.
Yeah,
I'm on TV. I don't care what for.
You're gambling that person would actually be shamed.
This is what I would do with my money.
Gambling.
I would be.
That's our topic.
It's a public. Well, it's still
not Greg's vengeance.
Well, we're talking about what we would do with winnings from gambling.
And yours are all about being some like vigilante.
Well, there's a couple things. We can get back to gambling. I don't do it that often because I do feel like I need to prove that I'm smarter than this. Who am I
Then
proving
what?
that to? An idiot who would play the lottery or who would go to the casino and blow a lot of money. Or it's like the casino is kind of this thing in my mind. This moment you walk through the door, there are cameras trained on you. There's always cameras trained everywhere. And they just look like idiot, 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 idiot. Everyone who's in the casino, those guys in the back, like, look at all these idiots. Look at that idiot. And sometimes they just zoom in on people's faces, like, look at that idiot.
Yeah.
Because anyone who's in there is probably going to lose money. And
well, everybody loses money.
yeah. So that's part of the reason I don't like doing it, because I don't want to give the satisfaction
Yeah.
of having them take my money. And then I also really just hate losing money. I can't stand it. Like, it really, but I feel sick if I lose money because it just seems like a waste.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to go into a casino with, I'm speaking very conservatively, $50. And you go in and you just lose it quick. Especially if you do something like at a high price table, let's say you have $200, you go in and you pay $25 a hand, and you are playing blackjack or something, you lose it so quickly. Just hand after hand after hand, lose. Maybe you win a couple, but it all just goes so quickly. That would be tough to lose. But if you go in with like a little bit and then you lose a little bit.
Well, I don't even like that, but yes.
A little bit's fine to lose.
You can feel as though you got some value out of your money because there was some entertainment that you bought. I bought some entertainment, got a free drink.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel all right about that. What do you mean maybe?
I don't know. Sometimes they don't give you free drinks.
No?
Sometimes you have to buy drinks.
Yeah. I guess. What are you talking about?
That the casino here in Maryland, they don't give you free drinks. At least maybe they don't. You have to like hang around long enough for the waitresses to come find you. Maybe they get more waitresses as it gets like more nighttime.
I assume they hang out near people who are spending more money. If you're on the penny slots, you're probably not getting the waitress coming by that often.
You have to be spending more money at the tables.
They also, then they take their time and you have to stay there.
Oh, that's true.
Because my drink's coming. If I leave, they won't even know where I am and I want my drink.
Right.
So I'll stay here and I'll continue to spend more money.
So that's smart of the casinos to do that, because then you'll stay.
I mean, the whole thing is no windows,
Yeah.
a lot of stimulation.
So much noise. You would think so. I have sometimes issues with noise. I don't like too many noises happening at once. Well, okay, it's not necessarily too many noises at once. It's more like conflicting noises. So I think why the casino's okay for me is because it's all the same noise. It's not like I'm trying to hear specific noise coming at me and then this other noise is interrupting it. So maybe that's okay. But it does sound like a big emergency in there. Like how would you hear a fire alarm going off in a casino? You would just think someone won. You know what I mean?
I would hope that the fire alarm sounds a little different.
Whoop, whoop. You're like, woo, somebody got 60 grand.
Yeah, but maybe it's one of those.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be a different one. That would be something if a fire broke out and nobody knew.
Yeah.
And they just thought it was a big winner.
It is sad to be in a casino. And I don't know so in Maryland, there's the one in DC sort of, that's the MGM. And then there's this one in near the mall that's called Live Casino. And it is interesting to see the people that are in there. The people that are there I feel like are the same people you'd see in like the bingo halls, older, those not in a wheelchair necessarily, but those ones that like are walkers that have seats in them. What are they doing there?
Killing time. I think it gets bored. Life gets boring when you get old. What else are you going to do? And then a casino opens up down the street or close by, and you don't have to make it a trip. You don't have to go to Atlantic City or Vegas like you used to have to. And I can just go on a little drive and play the penny slots, which is what my grandmother used to do.
How much money do you spend on it, though?
Well, the thing with the penny slots is you have to always at least bet, seemingly, I think, more than 50 cents. So, yeah, it's pennies, but it's more...
Yeah, it's a credit, right? So I think I saw one that was like 30 credits. That was the cheapest one. So you had to spend like 30 cents at the very least.
Yeah, which is fine, but
still, you ain't getting much if you're betting 30 cents.
No, but that's just, you're there. You don't want to lose or spend too much money. And you have some time. Spend a few hours at the casino. I don't know what else you do at that point in your life.
At that age? If you don't live in a home that has planned activities for you, you just make your way to to spend your money.
Yeah, your Social Security check comes in and you go straight to the casino.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting stat. If you could track Social Security money and see how much goes to the casinos. I would be curious. But
if it was all the money I had, I would not enjoy the casino. But when it's like, I got a little money, let's see what happens.
There are people who go every single day.
Yeah.
And there was one time this woman was playing roulette.
Mm-hmm.
It was video roulette. And which I love playing, by the way. I'll play video roulette all day because you don't have to sit at the table with other people and the other people don't know that you don't know what you're doing. And then
Yeah.
you don't have to feel embarrassed when you lose and the dealer looks at you and thinks, hey, I got your money. This is all in my head. This is the way I don't play table games.
Yeah.
I know I'm getting off on another thing. We'll get back to that in a second.
Okay.
This lady won $1,500, then won $3,700. And I thought this was a big deal. And I said, oh, wow. And then some other guy who apparently, he's like, that's nothing. She won like $45,000 the other day. It's like, what the hell? But I wonder how much, one, you have to be betting a lot.
Yeah.
Like
to win $3,700?
Yeah. You have the choice on those. You can play $1 at a time, or you can play $50 chips, even though it's all virtual. I think she was playing the $50. So how much is she actually losing?
Right.
So every once in a while, you're going to hit big.
Yeah. So yeah, if she's winning 3,700, right? 37,000? No.
Well, apparently once she won 45,000, he said. But who knows over the long run how that's playing out?
Yeah.
So, but she hasn't run out of money.
It's the same. This is like a bigger version of what we're saying, where you take $1,000 and you buy $1,000 worth of scratch offs. It's the same thing. You will win money, but you're not going to win back the amount of money that you put in. So overall, I'm going to assume that maybe she is like in the red at like a little bit, but it's not like thousands and thousands of dollars were in the red, right?
Again, something I would be interested in
I guess it's
seeing.
the same thing like you said about scratch offs. It's like maybe she's the one who's doing it right.
I just don't see over the long run because casinos stay open.
Right. The house always wins. That's the thing.
But,
I just made that up.
Most people don't want to put in that much time or effort. They don't want to take the risks involved anyway. So,
Yeah.
Casinos make, probably short term, it's easier to lose money. I guess, or win. Like someone can go in and just win some money. Like, I'm done, and leave. So the short term, though, I assume if you're there, again, if it's a mall casino, like the one you were talking about live, and people are going for a day trip, you're more inclined not to spend that much. But if you've made a trip to some gambling town,
Yeah.
you're going to be spending more. And then I assume in those trips, you lose. You end up losing, you leave.
Oh, well, yeah, including like what you give to the hotel, to stay there. I'm sure that they're winning overall.
But with the averages, if you go every single day and you spend a lot, who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, back to these
I kind of want to be that person.
See, this, I was thinking earlier when you're talking about living in Laurel and things weren't going well, and these tickets were filling a hole in your life.
Uh-huh.
They were providing a way out of Laurel, maybe the opportunity. Maybe I'll win. We can get out of here.
It was never that thought about. It was just something.
That's the thing. You don't think about these things. It's doing something in your brain that your subconscious likes. And then
it's like little boosts of serotonin or something, right? Or dopamine.
Yeah, and the same thing as winning. No matter what. Sure, if you win big, you're going to feel great. But if you win $10, you still feel good.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't last as long. You don't think about how it's going to change your life, but it's nice. It's like I just won $10.
Mm-hmm.
And if you lose, it's a low. But if you play a lot, you got highs and lows, and it's exciting because of that, because you're all over the map and you feel alive. And that's how you can get hooked on it. And
that's why it's called live casino.
Yeah.
Because you feel alive.
I'm going to steal your life. It's going to end up happening. It's the same as any other addiction. And you saying that you want to be the person who goes every day.
Yeah.
I can see it happening.
Yeah. I'm not.
If you're fine in your life, but if you get to a low point.
Okay. Let's say I'm not at a low point, but it seems like a fun little hobby.
Sure.
To like just burn money.
Sure.
But you're using like the card that they give you. You get rewards things for how many games you play.
Oh yeah, I spent $10,000. Now I've got $30 credit to use on the buffet. Great.
Yeah, I know. It just feels good.
It's like the rewards cards. That's for credit cards. We don't have to go out too far off, but wow, cash back. Yeah, you spend $1,000. You got $10. You feel good? Yeah, okay, great. I got $10 because I gave you $1,000.
Yeah. I don't think about it like that. I know that's the correct way. I mean, that's exactly what's happening. But to me, I'm just like, wee, $10.
That's the point.
But listen, with those cash back cards, at least I'm spending it on things that I would already spend it on. So you get, you know what I mean? Like I'm going to the grocery store anyway.
Yeah, but the player's card.
Yes, that's true. The player's card, I mean, is...
I think it offsets the low of losing.
Right. You're like, at least I made, 20 cents.
That low over time can get you out of the casino, but if they can still get your money, offset it with a little perk here or there, you're going to stay. You're going to spend more.
Is it bad to enjoy gambling?
In moderation, no. I don't think anything... I'm not one to look down on vices. I'm fine with people who want to do drugs. I'm fine with people who want to hook up with prostitutes. I'm fine with people who want to gamble. It doesn't bother me. But it can get to the point where it's too much and it takes over your life. So, no, that's my answer to your question.
Yeah. I don't, when you say that okay, when I'm saying I want to be the person that goes every day, what I really am saying is that I want to be the person who wins every day and does well. I don't want to be the person who's there and looks like disheveled and sad and gambling away all their money. I just want to be the person who's winning. But that's the thing, is that you can't just be the person who's winning. To win, you have to lose, and to lose, you have to win.
You could become a professional gambler.
Yeah, there's continuing education classes at the community college for gambling. You can like take classes on how to play games and how to win them.
But still, the odds are never in your favor. That seems gross. I don't like that it exists. That bothers me.
I'm sorry.
You can blow your nose. Get it out.
Okay.
Get the snot out of there.
I'm not feeling well.
Okay. I know.
All this gambling talk.
No, I was going to say, when I was saying about the table games, I'm just very intimidated by them.
Totally. It's scary. I don't like playing blackjack with people because I'm so nervous about how they can count the amount of points that I have before I can. And I'm scared to like hit when I'm not supposed to.
You steal a card that they need.
Oh, yeah.
If you're before them.
Yeah.
And you hit on a hand that maybe you shouldn't hit on.
Right. And then they needed that card.
And then they
maybe
look at you and they get angry. Yeah. And then they don't get the card that they need.
Yeah.
And then who knows what because their money is at stake. I never want to play.
That's
blackjack.
why if I do play blackjack at a table, it would be at the very low stake table so that I'm with other people who are also betting like $1 a game or whatever it is. I don't even think that exists. I think the lowest is probably $5.
I sometimes during the day, I think you can find $5 tables.
Yeah.
The one time I sat down when I was in Vegas and played roulette, I devised this system. I was just playing a bunch of lines and maybe odd or even or black or red.
Yeah.
But it was like $9 bets every time, because if you put a bet on a line that's a cross between 4 numbers, you win $9.
Okay.
And quite often I was just breaking even.
Yeah.
Because it kept me in the game.
Right.
And I think the dealer was getting annoyed with me. The dealer hadn't said anything. I ended up winning $120.
Why would they be annoyed by that? What's it to them?
Because I'm playing away. I'm not going to win or lose. I'm taking a spot at the table. And
oh, but what's it matter to them? They're just there.
yeah, I guess. This is just my paranoia thinking
Yeah.
that I'm the center of attention and everyone's constantly thinking about me. Which clearly isn't happening. But I don't know. If you're there for an hour
Yeah.
and you're just playing this ridiculously conservative way.
Well, you won 120.
Yeah, for that person, it's just their job. Maybe they don't care. But I would still think, if I were in their spot, it doesn't change anything for me, but I would still have judgment that I would pass on that person. And yeah, I won 120. And then I didn't tip the dealer because I didn't know.
Oh, I wouldn't know either.
I think you're supposed to tip if you win.
What?
You're supposed to tip
How
the
much?
dealers.
Depending on how much you win?
Yeah.
They didn't do
Well, I don't
anything.
know if
They
it's-
just spun a wheel.
I don't know if it's percentage. I don't know the way it works.
I have a question. When you're playing roulette with the dealer, and let's say you're playing with a bunch of people, how do they know who bet what? How do they know what you bet?
You have different colored chips.
Oh.
So I could just be yellow. Someone else would be pink.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how they throw it. And they put the money. They're fast. They're good. They're
Yeah.
professional. It's like,
Yeah.
wow, this is cool. And I really enjoyed sitting at the table and just doing that thing with the chips and sitting in front of you.
Yeah, doing that, pulling them up and stacking them back.
It's a great sound.
Definitely.
I really enjoyed that. And getting the courage to do that, I was like, wow, cool. I'm going to do this again. And the next day I was scared to go back to the table.
You should go up there with like sunglasses on. Go to some go to some low stakes blackjack table with sunglasses on and be extremely aloof. Play really horribly.
Why? What are you getting out of this?
Performance art.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up how much you're supposed to tip a dealer.
Okay.
Because
You could do that thing where you throw a chip at them.
yeah, you toss it to them.
Yeah. Here you go, Johnny.
Real cool. Like, you can tip your dealer by sharing your winnings with them. In this case, your tips should equal between 1 to 5% of each pot you win.
Oh,
If you're in a
what?
ring game and win $100 in a hand playing poker, you should give your dealer a $5 tip. Every time you win, I thought it was at the end.
Oh,
You can just give chips to the dealer as a tip, or you can place a bet for the dealers. Most people tip the dealers when they are winning and rarely tip when they are losing. Yeah, that makes sense. How much I tip the blackjack dealer?
I didn't know that.
I also wait until the count is in my favor before making a bet for the dealer. If you're a basic strategy player and you want to tip a friendly dealer, my recommendation is to tip a few dollars if you're a $5 or $10 bettor, and tip $5 if you're a $25 bettor.
Wow.
See, there's too many rules, and I don't know the way it works.
Yeah, and I'm really bad at strategy. So I really just play like maybe this, especially like when I was playing roulette, it'd just be like, what? I don't know. I'll just put it here. It's not like, okay. So statistically, this has come up before, and then that has come up.
But
And
we
so
already
now
talked about that. It doesn't matter. You don't with roulette. There's no strategy. It's pure luck. You just
But
randomly.
there has to be statistically this is happening, that this will happen, this will occur.
No.
Why?
No.
It's not going to be 000000.
Probably not. But
That's
it
what I'm saying,
But
probably.
the chances of it being 000000 in a row is the same as it is 2, 28, and 18. It's the same.
See, I'm not good at strategy.
The point with roulette, the way you were playing it, it doesn't hurt your odds. If you just randomly pick stuff,
Yeah.
the whole thing's random. It's like I'm randomly picking this and that and this, and sure, why not? Blackjack, there's strategy,
Right.
and if you can count cards, which I guess is very difficult to do these days because they use so many decks and they're shuffled. But if you can count cards, then you can cheat the system. And then with the slot machines, they're all digital now, like the screens.
Yeah.
So many of them. I don't trust that. Not that they should have been trusted before when they were actual
Yeah, I feel like they're less trustworthy.
tangible. When they were tangible wheels, though, I was like, well, there's a mechanism inside and it can be set a certain way.
Yeah.
But
What does it mean when they're called loose slots?
I think they're just winning a lot.
But why? What slot is loose that's made?
It's just for some reason because chance is set out to have it pay out quite a bit, and it probably changes. But again, that's not a real thing. There's not I guess they can be programmed possibly to win more, but why would anyone do that? I don't
to
think,
get people in their casino
Oh, okay. This one slot
to spend
machine.
more money.
We're known for our loose slots.
Yes, that's what they say.
Okay, then yeah, there's some. Still, the percentage isn't in the player's favor.
Never.
But
see, that doesn't really matter to me. Because one, the fantasy is like, I'll be the winner. Or I'll be smart enough to win and then go. Win and leave.
it's a very hard thing to do.
It is really hard. Because you're like, I won that money so easy.
Yeah, it wasn't
I want to
that
keep
difficult.
winning that money so easily.
Here it is. I have it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I did, but I have it.
Well, that's the experience at those slots, those digital slots. Because I have no idea how those things work.
You're talking about, some of those slots have 5 reels, and I don't even know what the winning line is or how it's calculated, what you're looking for.
Different things come up and you win a bunch of money, and then seemingly the same thing comes up rolls and rolls later and nothing happens. You're like, I don't know how this works, but okay.
Or something good comes up, what looks to be
What
good.
looks to be good,
Like,
right?
wow, I should have won. And then 0.
Nothing. 3 pots of gold in a row? Oh, nothing. Why?
That's why I don't trust them. That those I feel like are more easily programmed when
But again, it's the same thing as, so your argument against saying that they have loose slots or programming something for people to win, that your argument for that is the same for programming them to not win. Because if people just don't win,
I feel like those are programmed to change on the fly because they're just completely digital. It's like that person just, they instead of betting the minimum, they bet the maximum.
Right.
Have them lose.
I see.
And it's like, they bet the minimum. They're running out of money. Give them a win so they stick around. We can
I see.
keep them. Maybe they put a little more money in. It's all conspiracy theory on my part.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's all cynicism. But that's the way the world works.
It is?
Yes.
Through cynicism?
Yes.
No. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
If most people aren't out for themselves, then I don't know. Well, I think most people are.
I mean, but you aren't.
No.
Yeah, and there are people, you're not completely unique in that way.
No, I'm rare.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. There's no one
I'm special in that
that's
way.
like you. Yeah.
Look, quite often I don't want to do things for other people, so I just avoid other people.
Right, but
But
you're
I
not
don't-
out to get people. And I think okay, I'm not talking, a casino wants to make money. That is their goal. So, but at the same time, if they're, plus I'm pretty sure they're regulated to not just bet against somebody who's betting the most and saying, make them lose.
How do you know?
Because
They are regulated.
they're regulated.
I know they're regulated, but they're not going and checking every slot machine.
Yes, they are.
There's
Yes, they are.
no. Here they set forth regulations. They say these are the rules you need to play by.
Yeah.
And the casino says, "Okay, sure."
No, the
Yeah,
casino
we'll do
doesn't
that.
make the machines. They buy the machines from some place
But
that's
they
regulated.
have control of the machine.
No, they do
Yes,
not.
they do. Once they get the machines, they have techs. They open them up, and the techs get in there and they make changes, and because they have to be repaired and stuff, they have people on staff.
Yeah.
It's not just the machines made. and
Yeah,
this is
but
it.
I'm sure once they're in the casino, there's some regulatory board that, just like a food inspection,
Yeah.
probably comes in and tests the machines.
There are laws, and people break laws all the time.
But casinos that are run by giant corporations will not risk their licensing to have machines that make you lose
These
because
things-
you've bet the most money.
These things is probably a master switch somewhere. There's a regulator in the house switch, and
Yeah.
they flip it, and all the machines then run a different algorithm. Like, don't. Also, I don't know how you would prove it. I don't know how a regulator would sit there and go through every single machine.
Because they probably they probably put in some secret like code thing. The machine prints out something that tells them
All right, I
the
don't
wins
wanna
and
talk-
losses.
Okay, I don't want to talk about this.
'Cause
Only
you know
because
I'm
I don't.
right.
Because we don't. Neither of us know what the fuck
I
we're
know
talking
what I'm
about.
talking about.
I don't like talking about things because then it's just a stupid show.
No.
It's like
I read a book about the Maryland Fish and
listen to these two just say constantly
Gaming
"I don't know.
Commission."
I don't know. I don't know. That's also the fishing game. It's hunting.
Gaming, I said.
But it's not tied to fish.
Joke.
That's wow. See, I can't even get your jokes because
No.
we're at the point where we're talking about something neither of us knows shit about.
I know everything about
And
it.
I'd be interested, and now I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't put homework in and figure out how these things are regulated.
Yeah. Whoopsie.
This is why we're only surface level.
That one review still has you under its control. Who was that? Are you listening? You've ruined Greg's life.
Well, some more work could be put in, but this is more just about
This
experiences in life.
This isn't called, one lesson.
How it's done.
Yeah, this is us talking about something, and sometimes all we have to go on is our opinion, which may or may not be from a point of education.
Maybe we should switch the show. It's like an informational, educational show instead of just a conversational show. We'll put in a lot of work. We'll do interviews.
All right, listen, we're taking your
It's
calls.
like how's it's made.
We're taking your calls.
How's
If you
it's
would
made.
like,
How it's made.
if you would like us to be more like how's it's made, press 1 now.
That was a good show. I saw how Twizzlers were made once. I don't remember.
I don't think that's the name of the show.
How it's made. It was a show on history. It was really
Yeah, I love that.
It was cheap production costs because it
Really
was just
cheap.
B-roll and voiceover and some music that was.
It wasn't B-roll. They had to get.
That's My Sharona. That's not what I
Yeah.
meant. My Sharona starts out with bad stock music. That's a bad stock song. is what
Sure.
it is.
I could hear that to the beginning of the flour is pumped in from a train car dropped off. It's pumped into the regulation machine, which then transfers it to a drum. Dye is added to the drum and mixed until it is mixed to the perfect consistency. Cornstarch is added.
Yeah. Wow. I can never listen to my Sharona the same way.
Molten sugar is then added to the mix.
It's B-roll. It's not stock footage, but B-roll is just someone out with a camera. They're getting original footage for it.
Oh, okay.
They went to
I
the
was thinking
factory.
of stock footage. But yeah, the very beginning where they do those like weird spin arounds, whatever it is, like if it's a mound of M&Ms, you know, it's like just a bowl of M&Ms and like the bag next to it, and it's like just spinning, the camera's spinning around the bowl and looking at it from all different angles. Yeah.
That's what our show should be. I didn't like that we got into the regulation and had no idea.
I did. Did you hear me? I was full of information.
I wish you could still smoke in casinos.
No, I'm so glad you can't.
Man, I also wish the quarters still came out instead of the slips of paper. Look, it makes more sense, these slips that you get with the cash out prices.
Yeah.
It's easy. You don't have to go to the cashier.
Yeah.
But it was something fun about all those quarters falling out and getting your hands being gray after playing for a long time. Just the filth off the coins.
Gross. Yeah.
The days have changed.
Yeah, with those plastic buckets that you could get.
Yeah.
Fill your plastic bucket full of one of those. Yeah. Yeah.
And then even yeah, how the quarters made.
Molten steel is pumped in. Everything's going to be the same.
Steel. I don't even know what a quarter is made out of. Maybe it's made out of steel. It's not
made of steel.
I know it's not. I don't like this anymore. I don't like what's happening to us.
What if a quarter is made of steel? Wouldn't that be really heavy?
I don't think it's an alloy of some sort, I'm sure.
Yes.
And I'll look it up. What is a quarter made of? Yeah, it's made of an alloy. A mixture of metals, 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel.
Okay.
Before 1965.
No molten steel.
Before 65.
Are you sure?
Before 65, the quarter was made of silver. So if you have a quarter from before 65, illegally melt that shit and take it to the casino.
Is that what it says? Illegally melt that shit and take it to the casino?
No, but I don't.
Does your casino take molten steel?
Silver. They weigh it. Bum, 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 bum. All right.
Molten nickel is then combined with an alloy.
What are your thoughts? Final thoughts on gambling?
I love gambling, and I can't wait to make more money so that going to the casino is a hobby. And I'll take some continuing education classes about how to win at roulette.
I mean, I'm sure there's a strategy to roulette where you can place bets and have higher chance of winning.
Right. I only said that because you kept saying that there's...
Or it's the same exact
chance.
chance. Every time it is a new spin, the chance is reset.
Okay.
And Baccarat, let me tell you your best
Baccarat?
chances. I have no clue.
Yeah.
Craps.
Oh, yeah. What is craps?
Let me tell you a good chance. I don't know. That's one of the games that draws crowds and everyone's really excited to watch.
Yeah. The blowing of the dice.
Just all superstition.
Yeah.
Sure, if someone's on a run or whatever it's called, it's probably fun to watch, but
I wouldn't know what to cheer for.
yeah, I wouldn't either.
Like, is it good? I'd wait for everyone else to cheer and then I'd cheer with them.
I tried watching a video once to learn how to play craps. None of it stuck with me.
Cool.
Yeah. That's my final thought.
Okay. You wish you knew what craps were.
Yes. I wish I could understand the game. Craps. I think that'd be nice.
Sure. I want to know what baccarat is so that one day I can meet a spy. Because I feel like only spies only play baccarat. right? In foreign countries. No?
Sure. If only spies played that, then that's how you would figure out if someone was a spy.
No,
You'd
no,
follow
not
them around.
everyone who plays Baccarat
But you
is
said
a
only
spy.
spies.
But spies only play Baccarat.
Okay, but if you had a suspicion someone was a spy and
Yeah.
you followed them, and then they went and played Baccarat, then you would know they were a spy.
Not necessarily.
If only spies play Baccarat.
I really
Not-
like that I've gotten you started saying Baccarat.
Not every spy plays Baccarat, but only spies play Baccarat.
What is Baccarat? I feel like it has like big cards, big tiles that you play with. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
This is a horrible way to end.
Just end it. It's only going to get worse.
Thanks for listening to One Topic. I hope you guys took a gamble and listened to the show today.
No,
and
I
enjoyed it.
hope you take a gamble and listen to a future show.
Oh yeah,
That's the gamble.
good luck. Hey, Greg,
Hey, Autumn.
do you like hot sauce?
You know, I do like hot sauce, but I'm getting pretty bored of my regular Texas Pete or Tabasco. I'm looking for a local sauce without any additives or extracts. A company that uses local peppers so it's as fresh as possible, and a company that really cares about the integrity of the sauce and where their ingredients come from.
Definitely.
And hey, while we're at it, I don't want a sauce with too many ingredients. You know, a lot of other sauces out there, they have all kinds of fillers. So I'd love to find a sauce with, I don't know, let's say no more than 5 ingredients. Maybe even, and I mean, it's crazy, but there's gotta be a company out there that hand processes their sauce. You know, bottling and labeling every bottle themselves. I'm probably asking a lot.
Well, you really are, but there is a hot sauce out there who only uses 5 ingredients,
What?
0 fillers,
Huh?
additives, or extracts, and who bottles, labels, and packages everything themselves. It's called Hop Sauce.
What?
They're a small batch hot sauce company out of Chattanooga, Tennessee that's won Best Louisiana-style sauce in the country. How many times? Not once, not twice, 3 times.
3 times!
How does that sound, Greg?
I think that sounds amazing.
You know how you can get your own bottle of hot sauce?
No, tell me please now.
Hoffandpepper.com. And not only am I giving you the gift of the best hot sauce that you'll ever taste, I'm going to give you 15% off if you use the code ONETOPIC15.
Hold on, that's
Yes, get a pen and paper.
1 topic 15.
Good. That's ONETOPIC 15, all squished together at checkout. You'll get 15% off your order and your life will be better.
Thank you.
You're welcome.